Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I am doing kind of a spur of the moment video. I wasn't expecting to get this package for another 2 weeks, but it came early and I'm excited. So I am going to be videoing my book outlet haul, and this is a pretty big one. I went a little crazy and I bought a lot of books. So let's unbox it. Okay, so we're just gonna start with the first book that I see on the top here, which is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. I haven't read this book, and I have one of her other books. It's called Winterwood, and I also have not read that one. I was supposed to read it in May, but I didn't get to it, so... But I have heard good things about this, and it does sound really interesting from the description, so let me go ahead and read that for you really fast. 2 centuries ago, 3 sisters were sentenced to death for witchery. Stones were tied to their ankles, and they were drowned in the deep waters surrounding the town. Now, for a brief time each summer, the sisters return, stealing the bodies of 3 troubled girls so that they may seek their revenge, luring boys into Sparrow's Harbor and pulling them under. Like many locals, 17-year-old Penny Talbot has accepted the fate of the town. But this year, on the eve of the sisters' return, a boy named Beau Carter arrives, unaware of the danger he has just stumbled into. Mistrust and lies spread quickly through the salty, rain-soaked streets. The townspeople will turn against one another. Penny and Beau will suspect the other of hiding secrets, and death will come swiftly to those who cannot resist the call of the sisters. But only Penny sees what others cannot, and she will be forced to choose, save Beau or save herself. Ooh, so sounds interesting. I'm excited to read it. It's a pretty short book. It's not very big, so I don't think it'll be a very hard read. It'll probably be a quick, easy read. I might even read that for June. We shall see. Let me just stand that up there. Next in here was actually a book that was suggested to me by multiple people, so I decided to buy the first book when I saw it on Book Outlet. This book is really big. I wasn't expecting this, but it is book 1 of the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. So The Way of Kings, this is the first book, and look how thick that book is. It's ginormous. Oh my gosh, I don't know when I'm gonna read this because this is a big book and I'm not prepared for it. I'm actually reading Mistborn right now by Brandon Sanderson, and it is definitely not as big at all. It's not even, it's like half of this book. So we shall see how it goes. But let me read the back for you guys because it does sound really interesting and it intrigued me. And since so many people had suggested it, I was like, all right, let me just buy it. But I long for the days before the last desolation, before the heralds abandoned us and the knights radiant turned against us, when there was still magic in Rashar and honor in the hearts of men. In the end, not war but victory proved the greater test. Did our foes see that the harder they fought, the fiercer our resistance? Fire and hammer forge a sword, time and neglect rusted away. So we won the world, yet lost it. Now there are 4 whom we watch: the surgeon, forced to forsake healing and fight in the most brutal war of our time; the assassin, who weeps as he kills; the liar, who wears her scholar's mantle over a thief's heart; and the prince, whose eyes open to the ancient past as his thirst for battle wanes. One of them may redeem us, one of them will destroy us. So, sounds super interesting. I'm really excited about this, so I can't wait to get into it, but I'm also kind of maybe dreading it a little bit because of how big that book is. I don't remember the last time I read a book that big. All right, let's continue. Next in here is actually 2 books, and let me find the other one real quick because I know I did. I'm pretty sure I bought 2 for this series. Yes, there it is. Okay, so these are 2 books from the Abhorsen series by Garth Nix, and in my last unboxing I did unbox Sabriel. So it is the story, Sabriel is the story of an Abhorsen which is a necromancer. And this is just more of the books in the series. So I'm guessing these are about different necromancers. And I can't remember which one they are. I believe this is the 5th book in the series, the 5th one. And I can't remember what this one is. Oh, okay. It says it's a prequel. So this is actually a prequel to the series, which is cool. I'll probably read this one, and then I'll try to go on to the 2nd book. But I saw the 5th book, and I was like, why not just buy it? It's super cheap. Go for it. I like the series. But this cover has a picture. So it has a really cool dragon on it, first off, which is awesome. This has a picture of Dubrovnik, Croatia on it. Like the old town of Dubrovnik, Croatia. Because I've been there and I have a similar picture, but that walled-in city behind them, that's Dubrovnik, Croatia. This bell tower right there, I have pictures of myself in front of that tower. I have pictures of myself along the outer wall, because you can walk on top of this whole wall, which surrounds the city. It's actually really cool. Dubrovnik, Croatia is one of my favorite places, so if you are ever traveling in Europe, try to stop by Dubrovnik. But it is also where Game of Thrones is filmed, so I have a lot of like Game of Thrones pictures, or at least pictures that I've compared to Game of Thrones scenes, which are really cool because you can see like, oh my god, that's really where they are. It's super cool. Anyway, that's interesting. Are they allowed to use that in books, like pictures of legit places? Because I'm pretty sure the Abhorsen series is in like a made-up world. It's not like a legit world, so. But anyway, the rest of the, or some more of the Abhorsen series there, which I do really enjoy. Next in here is actually the 3rd book of one of my favorite series, and I've read this book, I just didn't have it. So, it is A Reaper at the Gates by Saba Tahir, and this is the 3rd book in An Ember in the Ashes. There is actually a 4th book coming out later this year that I'm super, super excited about. And yes, so I will go ahead, in case you guys have never read An Ember in the Ashes, it's a really good series. It's one of my favorite series. It's kind of got like a Roman type vibe to it, and the 1st book, I don't have the same cover. I do have the 2nd book in this cover, but it's fine. I'm gonna have to buy the 1st book in this cover so that I have a matching set now, but that's okay. Let me put that up there. So let me go ahead and read this for you so you guys can get a little idea. Under the Martial Empire, defiance is met with death. Laia and her family do not challenge the Empire. They've seen what happens to those who do. But when Laia's brother is arrested for treason, she is forced to make a decision. In exchange for help from rebels who promise to rescue her brother, she will risk her life to spy for them from within the Empire's greatest military academy. There, Laia meets Elias, the school's finest soldier, and secretly its most unwilling. He and Laia soon realize that their destinies are intertwined and that their choices will change the fate of the Empire itself. So, really exciting. The 2 main characters, Laia and Elias, are so good. I love them. So, I really highly recommend this series if you guys have never read it. I don't need to put this up here. It's fine. Okay, the next books in here are books that I've never read before, but they sounded interesting. So I got some of the books from the Summoner series, and I didn't get the 1st book, but I have all the other books now, so I'll just have to find the 1st book for super cheap somewhere else. But so I got the 1st book, by the way, is called The Novice. And I got the 2nd book, which is The Inquisition. And the covers of these are so cool. I love them. And then I got the 3rd book, which is The Battle Mage. Super, super cool. And these are by Taran Matharu. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but it looks like that. And then this is actually a prequel to the series. It's called The Outcast. So I'm super excited to read these. They do sound really interesting. Since I don't have the 1st book, let me look up online real quick a little snippet for you guys so you can know what it's all about. Okay. Fletcher is working as a blacksmith's apprentice when he discovers he has the rare ability to summon demons from another world. Chased from his village for a crime he did not commit, Fletcher must travel with his demon, Ignatius, to an academy for adepts, where the gifted are taught the art of summoning. Along with nobles and commoners, Fletcher endures grueling lessons that will prepare him to serve as a battle mage in the Empire's war against the savage orcs. But sinister forces infect new friendships and rivalries grow. With no one but Ignatius by his side, Fletcher must decide where his loyalties lie. The fate of the Empire is in his hands. I love all of these fantasy books that are like, the fate of the Empire is in this one person's hands. They're all like that, and I love it. Okay. Next in here is actually a part of A Court of Thorns and Roses. I did not like this book, but I bought it because I was like, I need to have the whole series, because I do really like the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. So this is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. There's a sticker on it that I'll have to take off. I hate stickers on books. Don't do that, people. Why? So this is kind of like after the whole A Court of Thorns and Roses series. It's about the characters after the major like battle in that series, basically. So yeah, it wasn't great. It was kind of a disappointment, if I am being completely honest. But I bought it anyway because I can't help myself. Okay, next in here is actually the third book in the Illuminae series, which I haven't read. It is Obsidio by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. So I did buy this even though I've never read the series because it was super cheap on Book Outlet, and I was like, let me just get that because I'm definitely going to read the series eventually. So I swiped that real fast. Okay, next is another series that I haven't read. Well, I've read the first book, which is Truth Witch, but I didn't read these two books. Which are Wind Witch and Blood Witch. So these are by Susan Dennard, and I really, really liked Truth Witch, so I decided to buy these books, even though I don't own Truth Witch. I read an ebook. So I'm gonna have to buy that one at some point, obviously. But I got the other two books so that I have the series and I can read these soon. So let me put those up here, and let me check real quick. So, okay, so Wind Witch is the second book, and then there's also Sight Witch, which I actually haven't heard of. I'm not sure if that's the third or the fourth book. I think this is the third book. Not positive. Let me go ahead and look that up for you guys and read you a little synopsis of that. Okay. In the Witchlands, there are almost as many types of magic as there are ways to get in trouble, as two desperate young women know all too well. Sophia is a truth witch, able to discern truth from lie. It's a powerful magic that many would kill to have on their side, especially amongst the nobility to which Sapphi was born. So Sapphi must keep her gift hidden, lest she be used as a pawn in the struggle between empires. Isolde, a thread witch, can see the invisible ties that bind and entangle the lives around her, but she cannot see the bonds that touch her own heart. Her unlikely friendship with Sapphi has taken her from life as an outcast into one of the reckless adventure where she is a cool, wary balance to Sophia's hot-headed impulsiveness. I feel like that sentence didn't make any sense, sorry. Sophia and Isolde just want to be free to live their own lives, but war is coming to the Witchlands. With the help of the cunning Prince Merrick, a wind witch and privateer, and the hindrance of a blood witch bent on revenge, the friends must fight emperors, princes, and mercenaries alike, who will stop at nothing to get their hands on a truth witch. So, it's a pretty cool world. I enjoyed the first book, so I figured why not go ahead and read the next ones. Alright, the very last book in the box is Ashen Quill by Rachel Kane, and this book is a part of the Great Library series. I read the first book, Ink and Bone, and it was interesting. I enjoyed it. It was a cool story, and so I was like, why not read the rest of the series? I generally read a first book and I feel like I like it, and then I just don't read the rest of the series. I don't know why I do that. So I decided to buy all of these books to basically, actually finish out series. But so there's my book haul. That's 13 books. I'm pretty sure I got all of these books for around $45-50, which in my opinion is really great for 13 books. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to read all of these and yeah, just get into it. But I hope you guys liked this unboxing video. Book Outlet is really great. Honestly, all of these books are in really good condition. The only one that is a little messed up is this one. There's just some like scuffage and black marks on the side here, but it's a white cover, so it's kind of not super like unexpected for a white cover. But I really like Book Outlet, and you can get a lot of really awesome books for super discounted prices, so why not? Go ahead and do yourself a little Book Outlet haul. If you spend $35 or more, you do get free shipping, so I always try to spend at least $35, if not a little more than that. But I hope you really liked this book haul video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you back here. Have a wonderful day.